In 1873, folks, the young Vincent van Gogh moved to London's Brixton neighborhood, where he rents a room in a boarding house. There, he falls in love with an older woman, Ursula Lawyer.
This relationship will eventually lead him onto the road of artistic genius and the unique vision expressed in his subject matter of the working class and poor. And joining us now to tell us more about the show are the stars of the show, Micah McCoy, who plays Vincent van Gogh, obviously, and Bridget Kelly, who's playing Ursula Lawyer. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so this is an interesting piece. I'm always a fan of, historic dramatic interpretations, and, obviously Vincent van Gogh, arguably one of the greatest artists of, the last 500 years. Why do you think his work is so compelling, and why do you think it's so popular?
Well, the way Van Gogh was able to translate his passion and his intensity into his art was very unique. I mean, anyone who's ever been to a gallery and stood in front of a Van Gogh painting, it's almost a physical force that you feel through his painting. And so that was just unique. He lived his life intensely. He was a very intense character, and he was a very intensely beautiful artist. And so that's how just his life and his art were almost inseparable.
Yeah, absolutely. Now let's talk a little bit about the romance in the show.
Yeah, so the young Van Gogh went to London, an area called Brixton, and he stayed at a boarding house owned by Ursula Lawyer, who I play, and there developed a relationship. Originally it was landlady and tenant, and then it evolved into sort of mentor-student, and then it evolved into a much more intimate, almost torrid love affair, to be honest.
Now you say mentor and student. Was she a painter as well?
She was not.
She was not.
In the 19th century, a woman like that was pretty much, she owned a small school, was a teacher, and had a lot of pupils, but she really put it into her pupils, and in a sense, Van Gogh was probably her greatest student.
Wow.
So tell us a little bit about the creation of these roles. I think it's, I think there's always a challenge for an actor when you are taking on a historic figure. How much do you bring, Micah, of your personal life into the portrayal of Van Gogh and you of Ursula, and how much of it did you base on historic research?
Well, I mean, Van Gogh was a difficult character. He would be somebody you probably wouldn't want to invite over to a dinner party.
That's what I've read. Yeah.
He was intense. He didn't have much of a filter, and his social skills weren't great. And he was just so passionate and in your face about everything that, I mean, I hope that I'm not like that in my real life. So it kind of took a little while to learn to bring that intensity into just everyday interactions like you have in the play.
Sure. And how about you, Bridget?
Yeah, well, so the play is based on, a lot of his letters, Van Gogh's letters to his brother Theo. Okay. And, it's probably an imagined relationship, but he did actually live in the house. So one of the greatest things about theater is you get to go into the world of the play, right? And so we're talking 1872. So, you begin to look at, how the kitchen is set up. Our set is very authentic, and, there's cooking that's going on, and, the relationship with his artistry and his actual drawing. We're real human beings that are responding to each other. So, that's a lot of what the fun is in the play.
Yeah. Now, when we say Vincent van Gogh, are we pronouncing it right or wrong?
So it's actually kind of a running joke in the play because it's a notoriously difficult name to say. And we as English speakers kind of fudge it a little bit by saying Van Gogh, which most people say. But the Dutch pronunciation, and I'm going to try to get as close as I can to it here.
Just fake it. Nobody will know.
Yeah,
just fake it.
So it sounds more like Van Gogh.
Oh, wow.
So you want to try it?
No, not at all. I think I'll hurt myself.
Yeah,
if I
there
do
you
that.
go.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Taking risks there.
Yes.
That's great. So you guys are performing this at the Ox Dog Theater, a really great black box theater here in the Duke City. You open tomorrow night. Is that right? How long do you run?
3 weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We have a Sunday matinee at 2 o'clock. Yeah, so just 3 weekends.
Now, ages, who should go see this?
We would say probably 14 and up.
Okay.
You know, there's nothing salacious, but the content is sort of mature.
Sure.
Okay.
And so for art historians, someone coming in, you know, because you always risk that thing when you're doing a piece of historic work and you have art historians, they come in, well, he wasn't really like that. First of all, you're saying his name wrong. And secondly, this didn't happen, that didn't happen. Is this something that you think art historians will appreciate?
I think they're going to love it. Yeah. Kind of the way I think about it is, you know, when you have like a superhero story, you always have the origin story for
sure.
that superhero. And this is kind of like Van Gogh's origin story. You get to see how he kind of blossomed into this beautiful, intense, strange artist that he eventually became. And you get to take that journey with them. So I think they're going to love it.
Great.
And it'll be a great introduction to Van Gogh as well for people who aren't, you know, immersed in his work already.
Yeah.
Now, did people tell you that you looked like him before you took this role?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I've actually had that comparison made for years before that. So it's fun to actually get to be him for a little while.
Yeah, I bet, absolutely. Well, you know, anytime that you need to reprise that role, I'm sure, you know, if someone's needing to do a story on Van Gogh, you'll be the first one that they call.
Yes.
So people want to get tickets, they go to the Oxdog's website?
Yes, oxdog.com,
Cool.
Oxdog.com.
or you can call the box office and reserve tickets.
Okay.
It's the Oxdog Theater here in Albuquerque and Nob Hill.
Great.
Fantastic. All right, guys, we'll break legs. Best of luck with the run of the show. For more information on the Van Gogh in Brixton,
Vincent in Brixton.
Vincent in Brixton.
Vincent in Brixton.
See, I can't even say Vincent,
that,
let alone
say
Van
that.
Gogh. Yeah. Anyway, head over to Casa.com. We will have all the information there.